Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, everyone, I want to share a story on behalf of popular NBA superstar Anthony Edwards. Now, for some of you who may not be that familiar with him, let me provide some more insight on him. And this is according to Wikipedia. Now, Anthony Edwards, nicknamed Ant-Man or simply Ant, is an American professional basketball player for the Minnesota Timberwolves of the National Basketball Association. A shooting guard, Edwards played college basketball for the Georgia Bulldogs and was selected overall with the first overall pick by the Timberwolves in the 2020 NBA draft. He is a three-time NBA All-Star, won a gold medal on the 2024 U.S. Olympic team, which wasn't that long ago at all. Edwards finished his high school career at Holy Spirit Preparatory School in his hometown of Atlanta, Georgia, where he was rated a consensus five-star recruit and one of the best players in the 2019 class by major recruiting services. As a senior, he earned McDonald's All-American and USA Today All-USA First Team honors. He committed to play college basketball for Georgia, becoming the highest rated recruit to do so, and was named SEC Freshman of the Year after his freshman season with the team. Now, some of you may be wondering, what's my point of bringing this information up about him? My point of doing so is on behalf of how this player, Mr. Anthony Edwards, aka quote-unquote Ant, aka quote-unquote Ant-Man, happens to have kids, not by the same woman, but by 4 different women. One of them happens to be, as a matter of fact, Ayesha Howard. Ayesha Howard, according to her Instagram page or profile, by whatever you like to classify it as, ladies and gentlemen, happens to be a brand ambassador and a recording artist. Now, I know of no music she has recorded at all. Anyways, and nevertheless, little do a lot of you know that she not only recently had a baby this past October by Anthony Edwards. For a lot of you who may follow her on social media, and she had a baby this past October by him and has been in a nasty custody battle, both a messy and a nasty custody battle with him on behalf of him not wanting a kid, a daughter at that. She happens to also have a kid that she had in September of 2015 by popular rapper Lil Baby, who happens to also hail from Atlanta, Georgia. Now, I wanted to also provide you some more details about not only Anthony Edwards, Mr. Anthony Edwards, aka quote-unquote Ant-Man's legal problems, but I also wanted to provide you with more insight, more information on his the last woman he had his most recent kid by, Miss Ayesha Howard. For some of you who may want more elaboration and clarification pertaining to her. So if you bear with me, I'm going to stop sharing this here screen. I'm going to have a Wikipedia. Go to Ayesha Howard. If you could bear with me, I just put in, who is Ayesha Howard? Now, according to this here article, which is from February 12th, very recent, by the way, she's not a bad looking woman by a long shot, not a bad looking woman at all. It's saying NBA star Anthony Edwards is in a nasty custody battle with ex Ayesha Howard over their daughter Aubrey Summer Howard, who was born in October of 2024. The pair, who allegedly met in 2022, is legally fighting over child support for their infant, leading fans to wonder who Ayesha is and inquire about the details of her relationship with Anthony. Ayesha, like I said earlier, is a brand ambassador, musical artist. And like I just also said, I know of any music that she has made, or even if she is an actual recording artist, apparently she must be an independent recording artist. But that's neither here or there. And this is according to her Instagram bio. Once again, ladies and gentlemen. However, in December 2024, court documents obtained by In Touch, Anthony claimed that Ayesha worked as a dancer at Magic City Strip Club in Atlanta to January of 2024. Ayesha was a Georgia resident before allegedly moving to Los Angeles. Ayesha Howard, where Ayesha welcomed Aubrey on October 14, 2024, 1 month prior to giving birth. Anthony filed a paternity and child support lawsuit against her in Georgia. Anthony is entitled to an order requiring the parties to undergo genetic testing. In other words, a paternity test. If genetic testing shows that Anthony is the father, Anthony requests an order establishing the minor's child paternity, the petition read. Now, this here, I don't know how recent this picture is, but this is, well, I take that back. This is her prior to having his kid, having her daughter with Anthony Edwards. So I'm assuming it's over a year old, or maybe close to a year old. One day after Aubrey was born, the Minnesota Timberwolves guard filed a motion in a case requesting a judge to order Ayesha to a paternity test via a neutral and licensed laboratory. On October 22nd, 2024, Ayesha sued Anthony for paternity in California, according to court documents obtained by In Touch. In the filing, Ayesha requested legal and physical custody over Aubrey, as well as child support, pregnancy, and birth expenses, as well as her attorney fees. Anthony responded to Ayesha's lawsuit on December 31st, 2024, requesting that the case be dismissed and shared that the DNA results prove he was the father of Aubrey. Simply stated, the court lacks personal jurisdiction over Anthony and therefore cannot properly consider this case. Anthony's legal team stated in the documents previously obtained by In Touch, Aubrey was born in California on October 14, 2024. There is no evidence that Aubrey has been present in California since her birth on more than a temporary basis. This is likely because Ayesha has no intention of making California her and Aubrey's home. Anthony's lawyer argued in the filing, later adding that Ayesha, quote unquote, allegedly rents a room in a back house located in Inglewood, California. Despite this claim, Ayesha has never been seen at the residence, Anthony's lawyer claimed. Significant surveillance has also occurred at the property in which Ayesha claims to live, but not once has she or the child ever been seen there. However, Ayesha previously claimed to have moved to California in August 2023 and accused Anthony of believing, quote unquote, child support determination under Georgia law would be more favorable to him than one governed by California law. On February 11, 2025, In Touch exclusively reported that Ayesha filed a declaration of alleged texts between her and a professional athlete who urged her to quote unquote get the sick abortion while she was pregnant with Aubrey. I'm pregnant, wanted to tell you in person, but you gave me no other choice. We probably should have kept it cordial, but we're here now. Ayesha wrote in an alleged text claiming that Anthony blocked her on all social media platforms and text. Anthony allegedly replied, okay, LOL, get the abortion, LOL. The Georgia and California cases are still ongoing as of February 2025. Now, and my apologies. Now I meant to share my screen. And once again, I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen. So for some of you who may want me to show pictures of Miss Ayesha Howard, this right here is on behalf of her. And another picture of her. Right here in this circle is a picture of Anthony Edwards, professional basketball player Anthony Edwards. Now, furthermore, about her having a kid, excuse me, because I just had to burp, when also rapper Lil Baby, popular rapper Lil Baby, who also hails from the city of Atlanta, Ayesha gave birth to son Jason on September 9th, 2025, who she shares with rapper Lil Baby. And Ayesha's February 2025 filing against Anthony, she claimed that her son was quote unquote under the care of her family in Georgia while she and Aubrey reside in LA. So on that note, folks, I'm going to share stop sharing this screen so I can share another screen on behalf of Mr. Anthony Edwards' legal battles and how he won a most current custody battle on behalf of his child, his most recent child, with Miss Ayesha Howard. If I could find the article which goes into more detail about it. And while I'm waiting for, oh gosh, I hate when I have problems loading up websites. And just early, the killing part about it was I wasn't having problems at all. Here it goes. Now, I also wanted to provide this information, folks. Ayesha Howard happens to be 38 years old, whereas Anthony Edwards happens to be 23. So she's practically a child, well, more so a sexual predator. Let me not say child predator because Anthony Edwards happens to be a fully grown man. However, Ayesha Howard is on all levels a sexual predator, a pedophile. I don't care how so many other women may come to her defense. And I find it mighty strange that if the shoe was on the other foot, so to speak, and it happened to be a man, 38 years old, who happened to have a 23-year-old baby mother, that he would have been having to face all kinds of shame for having a woman 15 years his junior pregnant, or having a kid by a woman 15 years his junior, would have had to face all kinds of backlash, which clearly states how it's a double standard between older women dating younger men and vice versa, older men dating younger women. This also goes to show Black men of how we need to start wising up more. When the more successful we get, the more what it may be on behalf of our careers or either financially, by being more sexually responsible. by not always thinking with the quote unquote small head, if you know what I mean, but instead more so with the big head, using, using our common sense more. Because this here professional player, and this is another picture of him with sunglasses and a hat on, Anthony Edwards, will be for the most part paying child support when pretty much his whole NBA salary, not only due to him having a kid by just one woman, but multiple women, especially at his age. He should have been more wiser. At 23 years old, he is a very young man who has his whole future ahead of him. Not only that, but he's not always guaranteed to play professional basketball that much more longer due to how basketball is a contact sport, a very physical sport, and he could end up getting injured anytime, hypothetically speaking. Therefore, may have to end his NBA career prematurely. Therefore, will have to have another backup plan. Men, to all my brothers, all my black men, we need to be more sexually responsible. Stop getting every woman that we're physically attracted to pregnant. Instead, need to just stick with having all our kids with just one woman. To be honest, we need to make sure that woman is someone who we could not only bear kids with, but someone who would like to spend the rest of our lives with. And let me put y'all on hip some more. We need to also, anytime we may meet a woman that we may hit it off with, we need to make sure that woman is not just attracted to us due to how successful we may be, because money comes and goes, fame comes and goes as well, but your personality will never leave you. Your character will never leave you. And this is one of the biggest mistakes that Anthony Edwards made in regards to getting Ayesha Howard pregnant and all the other women he has, the other 3 women he has kids by. He let his fame go to his head to the point where he feels like he could be able to be entitled to get pretty much any woman pregnant due to the amount of money he makes in the NBA, because judging from my understanding, he is worth so many hundreds of millions of dollars. I don't know the length of his contract though. Anyways, let me read this here article. Now, NBA star Anthony Edwards scored a major victory in his custody battle with ex Ayesha Howard after revealing he doesn't want custody or visitation with their 4-year-old daughter. In Touch can exclusively report. According to court documents obtained by In Touch, a hearing was held in Ayesha's paternity lawsuit filed in Los Angeles on Monday, February 24th. Ayesha, 37, and her lawyers, I thought she was 38, so my apologies on her age, but that's still a big age gap between her being 37 years old and Anthony Edwards being 23, because it proceeds by saying, and her lawyers were present along with an attorney for Anthony, 23. The court granted a motion brought by Anthony where he argued California was the wrong state to determine child support for their daughter, Aubrey Summers Howard, born in August 2024. So she's named after the mother, Ayesha Howard. As In Touch first reported, Anthony filed a separate paternity lawsuit in Georgia. He alleged Ayesha lived in Georgia despite her claims in court. She moved to California before giving birth to Aubrey. Aubrey was born in California. Anthony claimed Ayesha delivered that child in LA and filed her case in California in an attempt to score higher child support from him. The NBA star's lawyer argued Ayesha's conduct here is unjustifiable and a bad faith attempt to obtain a higher child support order. Ayesha's conduct of manufacturing a false reality and using a party's child for financial gain should not be tolerated. Ayesha scoffed at Anthony's claims and presented a driver's license and Anthony's birth certificate to back up her claim. She did move to California. At the recent hearing, the judge granted Anthony's motion in regard to child support. The judge ruled that California lacks jurisdiction, and I stumble across my words sometimes, so forgive me, folks, regarding child support, which means the decision will likely go to the judge presiding over Anthony's case in Georgia. The LA judge did set a hearing for March 20th to determine if custody and visitation of Aubrey will be set by the California court. As In Touch first reporter, Anthony told the court he has no interest in custody or visitation. He admitted that a DNA test was conducted in December 2024, which he determined he was the father of Aubrey. Anthony wrote in a declaration, Ayesha and I have one minor child together, Aubrey Summer Howard. Paternity was recently established through DNA testing. I am not seeking custody, child custody or visitation of Aubrey. Therefore, the only issues to be resolved are financial in nature. As In Touch first reported, as part of the ugly custody battle, Ayesha submitted a series of alleged texts Anthony sent her after she informed him she was pregnant. I'm pregnant, wanted to tell you in person, but you gave me no other choice. We probably should have kept it cordial. Like I read earlier in another article, Ayesha allegedly said in one message. Anthony allegedly replied, okay, LOL, get the abortion, LOL. Like I said just earlier in another article, ladies and gentlemen, in a declaration, Ayesha said, upon informing Anthony of the pregnancy, he blocked me on all communication platforms and made it clear through text messages that he did not want to be involved in the life of our child. His exact words were that our daughter would be a fatherless child. And it's in quotation, a fatherless child. Ayesha added, from that point on, Anthony never reached out to me to inquire about my well-being, the well-being of our child, or any of the needs I had during my pregnancy. I did not receive any support, emotional, financial, or otherwise, throughout the entire duration of my pregnancy. The cases are ongoing. Now, I also want to state this. Now, this also goes to show how, when no matter how unfit a mother may be, when her child, she doesn't still have to receive the amount of backlash that the average man that's an unfit parent or father may usually receive. And this also goes to show you how it's another double standard, not only on behalf of older women dating younger men compared to older men dating younger women, but in regards, it's in regards to women being irresponsible parents and men being irresponsible parents. How, once again, women hardly have to receive or face any kind of backlash or hardly ever receive any kind of criticism. Like always, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, I'm out.